Electrocardiography and cardiac arrhythmias in dogs and cats. So the ECG basics. So the P wave is atrial depolarization, the QRS complex is ventricular depolarization, and the T wave is ventricular repolarization. The normal heart rate in dogs is 70 to 180 beats per minute, and in cats it's 140 to 220 beats per minute. ECG is used to detect arrhythmias and monitor heart rate during anesthesia as well. For the arrhythmia overview, the definition of an arrhythmia is a deviation from sinus rhythm. The causes are structural heart disease or systemic issues such as electrolytes and toxins. The types can be formative, such as an abnormal pacemaker in the case of sinus tachycardia, sinus bradycardia, and atrial fibrillation, or conductive in the case of conductive blocks in the case of an AV block or an SA block. For impulse and formative arrhythmias, we have atrial fibrillation. This is an irregular rhythm with no P waves. The types, so primary is found in large breeds, secondary is found in congestive heart failure. It can be paroxysmal, persistent, or permanent. The ventricular arrhythmias are ventricular tachycardia, which is a repeated QRS complex without P waves and reduced output, or ventricular fibrillation. This is life-threatening and it requires defibrillation. The impulse conductive arrhythmias are an SA block, which is paused impulses, an atrial standstill, which is no P wave, and it's caused by hyperkalemia or fibrosis, or an AV block. A first degree AV block has a prolonged PR interval, and a second degree AV block has dropped beats, and a third degree AV block has complete PQRS dissociation, so there's no QRS complex. For the treatment, you treat when it's symptomatic or life-threatening arrhythmias. For the drug classification, class 1 is sodium blockers such as lidocaine and mexiletine. Class 2 is beta blockers such as atenolol. Class 3 is potassium blockers such as sotalol, and class 4 is calcium blockers such as verapamil, and class 5 is digoxin. And notable breed arrhythmias are in boxers, they get arrhythmic right ventricular cardiomyopathy, miniature schnauzers get sick sinus syndrome, and Dobermans get ventricular tachycardia in dilated cardiomyopathy.